Have you ever looked in your pantry or fridge and wondered what could you throw together with the ingredients you already have on hand? Well, today I'm going to be doing just that. Someone asked in the comments if I could make a video about using ingredients that I only have on hand. And someone else asked if I could transform rotisserie chicken into other meals. So I thought, why not answer both questions with this one video? So today I'm taking 3 rotisserie chickens that I got from Walmart for $1.51 each a while back. That's been sitting in my freezer for a while. And I'm going to be transforming those 3 rotisserie chickens into 3 different meals. I'm going to be cooking barbecue chicken sandwiches, chicken and sausage jambalaya, and chicken pot pie. These are all budget-friendly meals, y'all. And I'm only using ingredients that I already have at home. So I'm gonna have to get very creative in the kitchen. So whether you're trying to plan meals, save a little cash, or just tired of those leftovers going bad in the refrigerator, this video got some easy dinner ideas, some rotisserie flips, and just kitchen tips that will make your life so much easier. Now let's get right into it. We're gonna start with the barbecue chicken sandwich. Here's everything that I'm using to make the barbecue chicken sandwiches. The chicken and Crescent Rolls are thawed, ready to go. No grocery run, no stress. And listen, I found a bag of checker fries in the garage freezer, so that's going to be today's side item. So the first thing I'm doing is breaking down the rotisserie chicken by removing the legs and wings. I'm setting those aside for my daughter. She's not into barbecue anything. And if you've been rocking with me for a while, you already know I don't force my kids to eat stuff that they don't like. I'd rather put something on their plate that they'll actually enjoy. Now, her little plate is going to come together quicker than these sandwiches anyway. You know what I love about meals like this? They start with what's already in the house. No extra spending, no digging through coupons, just opening the fridge and saying, what can I do with this? Now for this chicken corkers, I'm not going to throw this out. They're going in a freezer bag, and when I stock back up on my veggies, I'll make some homemade chicken stock. That stuff is liquid gold in soups, rice, you name it. I also save my veggie scraps too. Carrot peels, onion ends, celery. Add your chicken bones to that. You've got the base for a rich homemade broth. I'm chopping the chicken breast meat into small pieces. Since it was cold, it shredded super easy. Now that's one of the perks of using rotisserie chicken. It cuts down the amount of time you spend in the kitchen. Rotisserie chicken is one of my favorite chicken shortcuts. It's already seasoned, already cooked, and it's so versatile. Now I've got the oven preheating for the fries. I laid out some parchment paper and made sure that they're in a single layer so they cook evenly and get nice and crispy. Stacked fries in the oven equals soggy fries, and trust me, give them space. Let the air circulate and you'll get that crispy golden goodness every time. Now I'm going to butter up these croissants. They were a little tough after thawing, so this helps wake them up a bit. They were originally meant for sausage, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwiches, but hey, plans do change. I'll just make homemade biscuits for breakfast another day. Now that the chicken's warm, I'm going to mix in some barbecue sauce. I'm using Sweet Baby Ray's because it is a staple in our house. I don't measure, I just pour until it feels right. And I really mix it well because I want every bite to have that barbecue sauce flavor. Now this meal, it came together in under 30 minutes, y'all. I didn't overthink it. I used what I had, and it feels a little special even though it was super simple. That's the kind of cooking I love. Now I'm building the sandwiches. I'm going to put the barbecue chicken on the croissant, and my boys like cheese, so I'm taking 1 slice of cheese and breaking it in half and putting it on their sandwich. Now I had enough to make 5 sandwiches. I only made 4, but I still have enough to make 1 more. Here's my husband and son's plate. If they want to add fruit, we've got that. There's some 0 sugar Greek yogurt in the fridge. It's also some applesauce in the pantry. They can add whatever it is they want to this plate. Now, by the time I finished cooking everything, my fasting window had opened, so I couldn't eat anything. But there was one sandwich left over for tomorrow. When I get off of my fast, I'll be able to eat. All right, y'all. The next meal I'm putting together is chicken and sausage jambalaya. Let's take a look at the ingredients. First things first, I'm slicing up some sausage. I've got this Eckrich sausage on hand, so that's what we're using. If you've got Andoullie, even better, because it adds a little more kick. But when I saw this sausage in the fridge, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. Now, normally I'd throw in some shrimp too, but since this is a use what you've already got type of video, we're keeping it simple today. No grocery run, no extra spending. I'm tossing the sausage into a little olive oil to get it nice and brown, and then we're going to let it do its thing and release all of that flavor. Once that sausage has done its job, do not toss out the oil. That oil is liquid gold. When you add your veggies in after that, it's a total game changer. That sausage oil brings out this deep smoky flavor in the vegetables, especially if you're cooking onions or bell peppers. I always wash, chop, and freeze my vegetables when I buy them fresh. It saves so much time later on, y'all. I waited before I put the onions in there because I did not want them to burn while I'm waiting for the bell peppers and celery to thaw out. Now let me show you this rotisserie chicken. It was only $1.51, and I do realize that not everyone's Walmart has these clearance rotisserie chickens. You don't need clearance chicken to make this work. Costco and Sam's sells the big rotisserie chickens for under $5, and you can stretch that one bird into 2, sometimes 3 meals easily. And honestly, that's the key to cooking on a budget. Take what you've got and stretch it. Got a handful of rice? Cool. A can of beans? Perfect. Use your freezer, your pantry, and those random sauces. You'll be surprised at what you can make when you really start looking at what's already there. All right, so now I'm tossing everything into the pot now, the chicken, the sausage, veggies, and giving it a good stir. Jambalaya is one of those meals that fills you up without draining your wallet. Between the protein and the rice, everybody leaves the table satisfied. And it reheats beautifully the next day. Now for the rice, you can cook it right in the pot with everything else, but y'all, let me be honest. I am not a rice whisperer by any stretch of the imagination. That's why my rice cooker is my kitchen bestie. I don't even play with stovetop rice anymore. Every time I try, it's either crunchy or it's mushy, and who has time for that? I will use that rice cooker until the wheels fall off because I just can't cook rice without that rice cooker. Now to level up the flavor, I'm tossing in 2 bay leaves and letting it simmer low and slow. I just tasted this and something was missing, so I grabbed a can of tomato paste out of the pantry and added half of it in there. Now while that simmers, I'm getting into these Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. I picked up this box from Sam's a while back and it felt like the perfect size. I just followed the instructions on the back of the box. I used some sharp cheddar, water, and butter. And y'all, that butter you brush on top, listen, it's the part that takes these from basic to chef's kiss. We always end up sneaking a few before dinner before it even hits the table. When I say we, I mean my husband and I. Yeah. All right, back to the pot. I'm fishing out those bay leaves and getting everything plated so that we can see how Jordan likes this jambalaya.
Alright, hello guys, welcome to another episode of Jordan's Reviews. And today what I see before me here is, what is this, jambalaya?
Jambalaya.
Jambalaya with a biscuit right here. Is that a biscuit or is that a...
Oh, cheddar biscuit, yeah.
Cheddar biscuit, yeah, it is a biscuit. It's not dry, so I shouldn't, we shouldn't die on camera, thankfully. But anywho, okay, let's get I want to get good look at it. I want to get a very good close-up. Look at that little... It's delicious. Now, normally I can tell what these things are made out of from a glance, but I'm going to keep it a bean. I have no idea what you used to make this. So, I'm going to trust the process and trust that it's absolutely good, because whatever you make, my mother makes, tastes to me very good. I don't have any complaints about her cooking, not one bit. No. There's not a thing I could hate. The only thing I could reasonably hate is it was a video we tried very long ago. Brussels sprouts. That is the only thing I don't think I can make an exception for, mother cooked or not. Brussels sprouts are just, I don't think I'm budging on that. YouTuber problems, you know? You could be recording something and the camera decides to just die on you. But that's to be expected, of course. I suppose it happens to the best of us, including me. Where was I? Oh yes, big backing, okay. I was yapping, now we're big backing. Here we go. Hang on, I want to get, I saw a piece of little sausage there, okay. Pretty good. It is pretty good. Okay. The jambalaya was pretty good. I'm going to give it a solid 10 out of 10. I'll give it a solid 10 out of 10. Just bounce it out today, a 10 out of 10. Decent, I no complaints. It feels pretty, yeah, tastes good, feels good. It's all good.
Looks good, tastes good.
It looks good, tastes good. It's most likely good. I think that is all I have today. So without any further yapping, I do hope y'all have a great day. Make sure that y'all know what to do. Anyways, big bag attack, y'all. I'm gone. I got to eat.
The next meal I'm cooking is chicken pot pie, and here are all of the ingredients that I will be using. I'm starting with a box of chicken broth because honestly, I still have not made that homemade chicken stock yet, y'all. I'm low on fresh veggies and you really need those to get that deep flavor. I'm telling y'all, I did not go any grocery shopping to cook any of these meals. I'm just using what I already have. Now for extra flavor, I'm tossing in 2 bouillon cubes, and I went back and forth on whether to use bouillon cubes or the powdered kind. Next, what I'm going to do is melt down 2 sticks of butter because we're making the base for the filling, and you know butter makes everything taste better. So once everything is cooked down, I'm going to stir in some flour to thicken it up. It's basically like a roux. Now listen, if it gets too thick, and it will, you will just splash some chicken stock or water in there to loosen it up. Now let's talk about chicken pot pie, y'all, because that's comfort food that does not break the budget. It's hearty, it's satisfying, and it makes enough to last a few meals. It's perfect for those weeks when payday feels so far away and you just need something filling for the whole family. That's why I love making chicken pot pie. Okay, so when the filling starts looking like mashed potatoes, thick but smooth, we are ready to move on to the next step. I'm going to pour the whole mixture into the pot of chicken stock I had boiling earlier and start whisking everything together. You can play around with the thickness here too. If you like yours chunky, you can add more flour. If you prefer it on the soupy side, you can go for more broth. But definitely keep whisking so it all blends together smoothly. Now I'm going to add my peas and carrots. I started with 2 bags, but once I stirred it in, it looked like it could use 1 more bag, so I'm going to add 1 more. I have a whole stash of these frozen vegetables in my freezer out in the garage, so I had to run out there and grab another one. But mixed vegetables will work too if that's what you have. Just give it a good stir and don't forget to taste as you go. Now here's the thing about seasoning chicken pot pie. You want to season as you build. I don't show myself doing this, but I'm always tasting in between steps, adding a little salt here, some pepper there if it needs something extra. Now you want that flavor to be layered all throughout, not just sitting on top of your food. Now to me, it is seasoned just right, and I'm just gonna let this simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes. You do need to check it every so often because this stuff will stick to the bottom of your pot if you ignore it. And trust me, I learned the hard way. One time I skipped cooking it fully on the stove and just baked it because I thought the oven would cook everything all the way through. And y'all, at the end of that 1 hour I took it out, I tasted it, and why were those peas and carrots still frozen? I was so mad. So now we simmer first and bake later. Simmer it until you think it's done. I saw a video on Facebook where somebody used Crescent Rolls as the top crust and it came out so fluffy and golden. So I figured, let me try that too. Plus, I didn't have any pie crust. I didn't have any homemade dough. The only thing I had was Crescent Rolls. The fact that these Crescent Rolls is giving me such a hard time tells me that I probably should have used something else. Now, if you don't have Crescent Rolls or pie crust or, anything like that in your freezer, what you can do is take some biscuit mix for a quick biscuit style topping, or if you have puff pastry, you can add that on top. It's all about making do with what you've got. Now, if you're using pie crust, you're going to pop it in the oven at 350 degrees for about an hour. Now, for the Crescent Rolls, you're just going to follow the baking time on that can, because if it goes anything over what's on that can, it's going to burn. And there you have it. Chicken pot pie, homemade, comforting, and made from things I already had in the fridge and freezer. Y'all, Jordan had to work, so he didn't get a chance to review the chicken pot pie, but you already know how he felt about the chicken pot pie. But yeah, I took 3 rotisserie chickens and turned them into 3 different meals: barbecue chicken sandwiches, chicken and sausage jambalaya, and chicken pot pie, using what I already had in my kitchen. No extra grocery trips, no extra money spent, just a little creativity and a whole lot of love. Now, I hope this video inspired you to get in those pantries, get in those refrigerators, and see how creative you can get without going to the store, because you probably have more than you think to make a meal. Now, if you like this kind of use what you got type of cooking, go ahead and give this video a like. If you are not a part of the family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love you to become a part of the family. And drop a comment down below. Let me know which meal was your favorite. And if you ever made something out of odds and ends in your refrigerator or pantry, let me know down in the comment section. What did you make and how did you go about making it? What was your thought process when you were putting together meals using what you already have on hand? Now, one thing I do want y'all to do is to keep cooking with love. Show your family love through your cooking. And I will see you in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye.